If you are looking for some support for current affairs, if you are a fresher, you are a working professional, you are a repeater, but you want some support for current affairs, then I have a program for you. I have given the brochure and also the announcement video link in the description. You can watch if you are interested. Hello all, welcome back to Current Affairs Hitlist series. I am Guna Mathivanan from Offices IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Amit Darohar, but let me explain about wetland first. Wetlands are land which is either artificially underwater or naturally underwater, permanently underwater or temporarily underwater or seasonally underwater. So a land area which is underwater permanently, temporarily, seasonally, because through nature or through artificial means, right, then that area will be called as wetland. It can be a marsh land, it can be a fen land, it can be a peat land, right? So this is a marsh land. The land area with grass is underwater. This is an example for fen land. So here the water, fresh water oozes out from the ground and that covers the land area. This is an example for peat land. So think about a forest or a vegetation area that came under water, because of various reasons, where that vegetation has been partially decomposed. Okay, that area is called as peat land. It can be a marsh land, peat land, fen land. It can be anything else. Even a paddy field can be called as a wetland. Okay, you have coastal wetland, you have lake-based wetland, you have river-based wetland. Okay, so there are a lot of wetlands. We are going to discuss about that. The topic is Amrit Darohar, but let me explain the static part of wetland. These wetlands are very important, very important. It supports rich biodiversity. It helps in carbon sequestration. These wetlands capture a lot of carbon. Alright, so this wetland has to be protected. In 1971, in Ramsar city, which is in Iran, Ramsar is a city in Iran, a conference was held to protect the wetland. And there came the Ramsar Convention. There came the Ramsar Convention. The countries which are signing the Ramsar Convention, the countries that are parties to Ramsar Convention, they have to nominate at least one wetland to a list maintained by this Ramsar Convention. Ramsar Convention maintains a list called as Wetlands of International Importance. Wetlands of International Importance. It maintains a list of wetlands of international importance. So all the contracting countries, participating countries to this Ramsar Convention, they have to nominate at least one site from their country to this list. So India has also contributed, right? So India have contributed as of now, it has contributed 80 sites to that international list of wetlands. So every country should nominate one wetland from that country. Every country means the contracting countries, the participatory countries, the signing countries have to nominate one wetland from their country to this list. Okay, we have nominated. What else? Just mere nomination is not sufficient. The Ramsar Convention comes up with a guideline, a framework, how to maintain that wetland. That is called as best use, concept of best use. So every country, let's say India has nominated 80 wetlands as of today. So 80 wetlands has to be managed through the concept of best use. What is the concept? The concept says the ecological character should not be altered A country should protect the ecological character of the wetland. For example, salinity of the wetland, pH value of the wetland. These are ecological character that has to be maintained. Right. Number 2, sustainable use. The wetland should be allowed for sustainable use. It should not be exploited. Use it sustainably. Okay. So this is called as the concept of best use. Similarly, when there is some transnational wetlands, a wetlands shared by 2 countries, 3 countries, again there should be cooperation between these countries in protecting the wetlands. Right? So India has nominated 80 wetlands. This Ramsar Convention also speaks about something called as Montrex record. So you have a huge list. From this list, there can be certain wetlands. There can be certain wetlands whose ecological character has changed or changing or it is about to change. So there is a list of wetlands, international important wetlands. In that list, there are wetlands whose ecological character has changed or changing or is going to change. Such wetlands alone will be noted in a record called as Montrex record. Okay, so I hope you got clarity about this Ramsar Convention and Montrex record. So there are 172 countries, including India, as parties. There are 5 major wetland types: marine, that is coastal wetland, including the lagoons, coral reefs; estuarine, so estuaries, you know, where the fresh water and the salt water mixes; lacustrine, it is connected with lakes; riverine, connected with wetlands, there is rivers and streams; palustrine, that is connected with the swampy region, marshes. These are the 5 major wetland types that are generally recognized. Montrex record I have said. So currently, so Keladio National Park of Rajasthan and Loktak Lake of Manipur. Right? Keladio National Park of Rajasthan and Loktak Lake of Manipur, these 2 are in the Montrex record. Chilka Lake was part of the Montrex record. Chilka Lake's salt content got varied, right? Density were affected. So the Chilka Lake was placed in the Montrex record, but later the ecological character got addressed. The change was addressed, so it was removed. So currently, 2 Indian sites, Keladio National Park, Rajasthan, and Loktak Lake of Manipur, they are part of the Montrex record. Okay. Arson Conservation Reserve. See, this is a old topic, but just connected with wetland. So I'm explaining it here. It was in news a couple of years back. So Arson Conservation Reserve. Arson is a reserve. This river. Arson Conservation Reserve that is located in the confluence of Yamuna River and the Arson River, where this conservation reserve is located. So this conservation reserve, a couple of years back, designated as the first wetland from Uttarakhand. From Uttarakhand, it became the first Ramsar site. Since it was in news a couple of years back, I thought you should know it. About the Arson Conservation Reserve, so it's a part of the Central Asia flyway. Many birds from Central Asia, they move towards Southern Hemisphere. They travel through a specific route. This Arson Conservation Reserve is a part of that specific route. So many migratory birds, they come, they stay here for some days, they take rest, then they'll go back. Specifically, this site is known for the congregation, the meeting point of ruddy shell duck. Okay, so that is famous for this region. So Amit Darohar, that is the actual news topic. So government came with an initiative called as Amit Darohar to protect the wetlands, to implement in next 3 years. The modalities of this scheme is not clearly given. When it is given, I will update you, but this is related to protection of wetlands, optimal use of wetlands, enhance biodiversity, improve the carbon stock, ecotourism opportunities, create income for the local communities. The broader areas which government has mentioned so far. We will discuss about that once again when more points are given.